Hello everybody, welcome back to the Let's Play. It's me, Wing, and today, before we get going here, back to finishing up the farms, I just want to give a little PSA for you guys. Uh, yeah, I know it's a bit coming out of nowhere, but yeah, just hear me out. Um, Listen, guys, if you have a loved one, right? Um, Try to spend as much time with them as you can. Um, Especially if they're a little older. Um, and more especially if you don't really have a good relationship with them, and you think it's something that can possibly mend, you know, possibly fix up somehow. Try to do so. Because life is really too short, guys. Really too short. So, if you really want to foster those relationships with your loved ones, you should start doing it now before it's too late. Yeah, that's my PSA. Just hate. The world does not need hate. It exists, but it does not need it. Okay, so start fostering your friendships. Start developing those relationships, because in the long run, you'll appreciate all the memories that you generate from it, and you'll be thankful. You'll be thankful that you did. So anyway, guys, kelp farm. Kelp farm and collection system. Let's take a look. So, I figured out something, and it's this. Whatever you're seeing here, it seems to be what's going to work, and it seems to be what I'm going to build up. But before I do that, let me show you what I was initially thinking. And I think I explained this on the last video, but I was thinking about just putting a water source block here. And I was hoping that whatever algae or kelp floats here to the surface, oops, would kind of get carried away by this water stream here. Hold on. Let me add another one. There we go. Okay. So, for this water block here, source block you see here, right? I was thinking that if a kelp gets broken here, um, as you can see, that delivered it quite well, and that's going to pick it up. But from what I've observed most of the time, what would happen is the kelp would get stuck here on this glass block here, right? Now, if we have a hopper minecart collection system here, it's not going to pick this up, as you can see, because it's way too located centrally on this glass block. It's not going to reach it. So, what I thought instead was, hey, why don't we just uh, expand the length of the water flow, you know? So we have this. So essentially, the water source block is up here. To achieve this, I had to put like solid blocks on these surfaces here, and that'll let your water flow this way. Otherwise, it's not going to work if you do it another way. So with this achieved here, if we get some kelp broken, for example, as you can see, it's going to hit, it's going to go land on top of these trapdoors here, and the trapdoors work as two things. One, to keep the water exactly where it is, and two, serve as a platform for the the hopper minecart to collect kelp. As you can see, it's collecting here. So I think I'm going to use this as the default collection system for the kelp here. And also, I won't keep having the hopper minecart like moving constantly. I'm going to hook up our timer down there, our redstone hopper block system all the way down here, right? So every time it activates this block here, or powers this block, while it also sends signal towards these directions, it would also trigger the hopper minecarts to activate and move to start collecting kelp in a in a given amount of time. What in the world? And it would collect it, run its course. Then there's going to be a collection system there where the hopper minecart is going to unload the kelp, put in the collection system, like a storage system, and send it back along its way to its resting point. Or that collection system could be the resting point, who knows. But that's what I'm going to try to work with. And once we figure that out, once we have that established, we're essentially done with the first part of this not mega farm, but this part of the farm, right? And after that, we're gonna go move on to our sugarcane farm. So yeah, I will work on that, show you guys what I have, and I will see you in a bit. All right, folks, let's do this quick because I keep recording this part and it's really taking me like 5 minutes to record. I don't know why. Anyway, both sides have the hopper minecart collection system fully functioning now. So any kelp that breaks and lands on this trapdoor platform that we have here is going to be collected and collected by the minecarts. So it's minecarts. So let's take a look here. As you can see, it got collected instantaneously. It allows for a perfect location for the kelp to land on and to be collected by the hopper minecart. So it's perfect. Trapdoors here are excellent because it helps to be the platform that these kelp need, while also protecting the rails from being washed away. And there's also an additional benefit to the system in that we got 2 more blocks of clearance for the kelp to grow into. So we get more kelp in the process too. So it's pretty cool, pretty good. So all that's left to do is to establish the redstone portion, which would involve a collection system and a way for the minecart to get back on the track, to be triggered for collection once the after a certain given amount of time, where we would allow the kelp to float onto the platforms here, right? And that will be determined by the clock down there. Okay, right. Actually, I think I have an idea as to how it's going to work, but let's demonstrate it now. But before that, actually, let me get the shulker box. So while we get that, guys, let's talk about current events. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now, and I'm not talking about that current events, because it's heavily political, and I don't ever want to be political on this channel, guys. Just letting you know. I find that politics will always drive a fork between people. So, and that is not the goal of this channel. The goal of this channel is to gather everybody that loves Minecraft and watch some cool Minecraft stuff while discussing about some interesting and somewhat funny things on the internet. And one of these things is, did you know Will Smith released a new song? Before I delve into that song, guys, let's see. I think my idea is, so you know how here, once the clock reaches this portion of the timing, it's going to trigger this, and it's going to, it's going to activate these pistons to break the kelp. Well, what if instead of this area being the place where the minecart is triggered, what if we actually do it here? Yeah, so if you think about it, right, it gives a literally a good amount of time for the kelp to float all the way up to the surface, land on the trapdoor platform, and then um, the minecart gets released, collects the stuff, and it's like it ensures that most probably around 95% of the kelp would land on the platform and be ready for collection. So that's the idea. So I'll probably hook up a, I don't know. Let's see. I'll probably hook up a redstone track here. So instead of that too, we'll have like a meter here also. And that would trigger the rail carts up there to move. Right? Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I know. It's going to work. Now it's just going to involve a lot of redstone wiring. It's going to be long. But guys, so again, Will Smith released a song. It's called Pretty Girls. And in this song, he wants the world to know that he finds a lot of girls pretty, and it's hard for him to find a girl that is not pretty, literally on the lyrics. And also that he likes any type of pretty girl, whether they are chocolate, vanilla, um, lemon, or I think strawberry is this term, or I mean, I think more accurately, red bean would be the better terminology. But yeah, that's the song. So it aside from the lyrics really being a nightmare, the song itself is actually pretty bad too. But if you listen to the sped up version of the song, literally pause the video, search it up on YouTube, uh, Pretty Girl sped up. Oh man, guys, it's like I don't know if he did not, if he did this on purpose or what, but it's pretty good. The sped up version is actually pretty good. I'm not even joking. I'm being 100% serious here. Yep, it's pretty good. Actually, I think we can put the redstone components over here. I think it's just gonna be easier for me to have that figure out there. So, because the redstone is located here. I mean, the first clock is located here, so it'll be easier for me to dig up this way. Okay. So yeah, again, before I stop the video here, before I pause the video or we move on to the next section, guys, pause the video, look it up on YouTube. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like it, you find the the original version of the song to be bad, let me know. I'm very curious. But for me personally, original song sucks. Sped up version, awesome. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, folks, this turned into a little mining adventure. I found a hole that apparently has some caverns leading up to it. While I was trying to hook up the redstone, I actually died. Because, of course, thanks to my friend's skeletons here. Oh, so many of them. And I think it's because a lot of the area has already been torched up. So they're pretty much spawning here. And I think this is probably what's been affecting the rates of my mob farm system. So better to find us all now than later, right? It's pretty annoying. It's literally countless amounts of mobs here. Alright, everybody, so everything is hooked up now. I put this redstone dust here, so the pistons should activate once this clock here is enabled. Also, this is fully hooked up too now, so that when this clock gets enabled, this redstone line will trigger the pistons on the top there to start rolling and collecting all the kelp that was broken from the fourth clock as shown. I also want to show you this weird thing. I caused some weird glitch with the rails, so it does this now. It still works, and it's kind of weird because when the cart returns, it goes up here, then goes down here, then up. I don't know. It's kind of weird. You'll see it eventually, but when the pistons get triggered down there, I'm going to let you know. Oh, there you go. So as you see, the pistons all triggered, causing all of this kelp to float all the way up here. And as you can see, they're gathering. That's pretty cool. Let's check the other side too. Should worked. Should have worked. Oops. I'll put storage here. Yeah, look at that. So collecting. Now we are going to wait for the minecart to start rolling. And let's check, let's take a look. Okay. So at least we know that's working. Ready, guys, the minecart thing is going to activate pretty soon. Maybe even when we're on the way up here. See the redstone wire here activate, or maybe not. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. Yahoo! Let's see how well it collects everything. Oh. Let's see. Wow, it got filled up pretty quick there. Huh. That's weird. Okay. What if... Okay, let's see the other side too. That's interesting. I didn't think that it would be... Wow, there's a lot left. That's a lot left. I might have to do... Let's see. I might have to make it go like twice or something. It works for now. Yeah. Cool. Okie dokie. Hey guys, I did a few modifications. I actually added 3 more clocks into the mix because I found that there wasn't enough time in between regeneration and harvesting of the kelp because the kelp was essentially not getting tall enough. So added a total of, what's this, like around 12 more minutes to the system. So aside from that, it seemed like if there was a lot of kelp for the harvest, sending the mine carts once wasn't enough because there would be an excess kelp on the trapdoor platform. So I opted to hook up another one of these single pulse tick generators. So as you can see, it just fired, although I have it on a wrong setting. But the idea is this one will fire once, sending the minecarts running first time, and then this will enable the minecarts to get going for a second time. So the minecarts will move twice, will collect twice. So yeah, that should work. Potentially, I might need to add more clocks into the mix, or maybe there's gotta be another way to do this more efficiently. I don't know. We'll see. It all depends. I mean, I could honestly, I could do one of those item despawning clocks. 'Cause that would work. Would require less redstone actually. But we'll stick with this for now. It's it doesn't need items to despawn, so yeah. Folks, I had an epiphany. Why do we keep building clocks? Why keep building clocks? If we can just have something that can count the number of cycles a clock has went through, right? Right? Doesn't that make more sense? Instead of using all of this redstone, all of these materials to come up with like a system of clocks, why don't we make one clock and have something else keep track of its time? Yeah, I'm gonna try to build that and hopefully save us on a bunch of resources, because this is an expensive build, you know? It's a lot of hoppers, a lot of pistons, sticky pistons, regular pistons, redstone blocks, repeaters, comparators. Expensive build, guys. So let's change it up a bit. And I'll see you when it's all different. Be right back. Alright, folks. This is it. What do you think? Well, it's a bit messy, I must admit. But it uses less resources compared to the previous design where we literally had a ton of hoppers, ton of pistons, ton of redstone blocks. You know, it was a bit more resource intensive. Now we only really have two hopper clocks, but this is the main one here. This is the one that really keeps the time. And we have this system here that keeps track of how many cycles this hopper clock has gone through. And we need a total of 23 cycles here, so 21 and 2. It's already counting down already, amount of cycles that's passed. So once 23 cycles has passed, it's going to trigger the whole shenanigans going on, like the pistons firing, breaking, harvesting the kelp. And then we also have a wire here that would trigger this system here. And this is really just to, this is for the hopper minecarts above. And I figured to keep it on a hopper, like a copper clock as well, just so that we have ample amount of time for all the kelp to float to the surface and be able for the hopper minecarts to collect all of those, right? So let me show you how this works. It's a bit way too messy from what we got here, but let me show you how it works much better in creative. So I'll be right back. All right, folks, this is the more simplified version of the cycle counter that we have in the other worlds. And yeah, let me explain to you now. So this is a cycle counter. It can count 23 cycles. You can add more if you want, but you just have to change the redstone wiring. This button here represents a cycle from a hopper clock that we have set up in the other world. So one button, one cycle. As you can see, when that happens, this piston retracts this redstone block, which moves one spruce trapdoor from one hopper to the next. Okay, and if we have 23 cycles, I'll show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I paused it momentarily just to give you a better explanation here. So right now we're representing that 25 cycles has gone through. 22 cycles has gone through as represented here. So once the 23rd trapdoor enters this hopper, it's going to trigger this T flip-flop here. So this is going to turn off, this is going to turn on, and that sets off a few things. One, this here represents the piston collecting system that we have above, right? So when this turns on, it's going to fire all the pistons to break the kelp. And also what this does is to kind of reset the whole thing, because once this is lit up, this torch is going to be turned off. This will cause all the items here to flow to this hopper minecart, just to this hopper, sorry, just to reset everything. And let's demonstrate that to you right now. You can see, retracted, piston fired, that broke all the kelp. This thing is moving all the items there. And as you saw what just happened there, two things happened. One, this comparator, when it detected all the 23 trapdoors back into this hopper here, This comparator reads out a signal, triggers this one tick pulse generator. That'll do two things. One, if we have another redstone signal here, or more like probably a repeater, it's going to travel down, and this would go to the hopper minecart collection system. Two, it also resets the T flip-flop back to its normal state. So it's going to turn this torch off. It's going to turn this torch back on. Yep. So this is how it works. So it resets on its own, fully functional. Pretty great. So yeah, this is the simplified version. And yeah, back to the main one. Yeah, so the design here is pretty much the same. I can replicate it to you now. Let me just move this here. Oh, you see, you felt that lag? Yep. That's the lag from all the harvesting done. Now it's moving the items back here. There we go. Self-resetting. They're probably also sent for the hopper minecarts to go pick up all that kelp. And it travels here. Oh wait, not yet. Because now we got the hopper counting down, the hopper clock counting down here. Once this signal reaches all the way here, it's going to fire this one tick pulse generator, travel down these two pathways here, leads to a vertical redstone signal, I would say. And yeah, let's just go up there really quick. There we go. As you can see, all works. This is the vertical wiring over here. Yep. So before we had the wiring here at the middle, but I figured to remove that because I do want to do something here in the middle. Not exactly all the way up here, but down there. So I think the wiring would have been a little bit too messy. But yeah, that's how. Oh. Yeah, that's how it works. Yep. Alright folks, this is what we got set up for the sugarcane farm so far. Really not much because there was a lot of blocks that needed to be cleared all the way up here, as you can see. Before, it was just a bunch of cobble like above the torches. I mean, sorry, stone above the torches. So I cleared that out, and then when I was trying to figure out how to set up the water and where the sugarcane goes, I realized that I put these signs a bit too low. And it's funny because these signs are actually reading the whole entire Shrek script. I'll just glance through it, but it's not the whole script. It's just like part of the the beginning first few minutes. It's like from the beginning up to where Donkey's about to float up into the air or something like that. So yeah, that's going to be torn down, unfortunately, and I'm probably not gonna try to replicate it because the signs are supposed to be up here instead, but I put them one block too low. I'm not gonna replicate it anymore because it's just a silly thing that I wanted to do, and it takes a lot of time, and I don't want to spend too much time on making all that. So yeah, sorry. But that I have another problem actually that I noticed, and it's that this whole build I want to make it kind of like like ocean themed, water themed. So over here will be the sugar cane. This is where it grows, and right next to it's the water source, somewhere there. Over here, in my creative world, I actually have a series of pumpkins that's providing light. I think because I'm not really sure if mobs spawn where sugarcane grows, but I wanted to put some light in the back anyway. And for this build, I didn't want it to be pumpkins because pumpkins are just sticks out. Bright orange thing sticks out. Since I wanted to be an ocean themed, I wanted sea lanterns, and I tried to look at the resources that I have to make sea lanterns, and yeah, this is really all I have. Actually, I already made some sea lanterns from these things, yeah, this is all of the Prismarine stuff I have because I haven't really went to like dominate a, what do you call that? The underwater temple things. So I think I'm actually going to be doing that on partially on the next episode. Um, so we're gonna take a look around probably. There is a water temple nearby. Um, so we can go there and get some resources, but I probably, probably just be a quick trip. It won't take, shouldn't take anywhere long. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that in the next episode. And we're gonna be doing other stuff as well. Probably take a little bit of a break from this. So probably do that, do some of this, and probably go back to the villager sorter area. And yeah, okay, be right back. And just a very, very quick demonstration, folks. I might have it placed like this, like sea lantern, then some prismarine brick, then sea lantern, then repeating pattern. Yep, just a quick thing. Alright, folks, before we end the episode here, I did make some modifications to our villager sorter system here. For one, I did notice that sometimes villagers, when they're in the very last row over there, won't fall over, and I noticed it was because that the water stream we had here was running a bit short, so I extended it a bit, so that way any villager that's over that platform will be able to go and fall through. I also put a cobblestone wall there just in case if they get stuck, because since the minecart is a bit longer than a usual block like the stone over here, they kind of just they just get stuck. They won't fall through. So yeah, I put that there just to give them a little bit more space. Now I know how these guys feel. So hopefully that would help influence them to fall into the slot over there at the end. And also another change we implemented here is we removed the levers and put in stone buttons instead, because I was watching over episode 9 and I saw that if I did not clicker the lever fast enough, or if I just left it on like this, so the villager, for example, this guy, if I had the lever on, he would get sorted to whichever line I want him to go to. But if I left the lever on, whatever villager falls through in here would immediately go down and get sorted to one of these lines too, because the lever is on and the powered rail is on. So placing the button here gives enough time for the villager here to go down to one of the tracks, as well as fast enough for it to power off, so that way the villager that comes down next will just remain in place like they are now. Initially, I decided to use levers in the build because I think I had two powered rails here before, so kind of it's like there was just too much friction caused by the other powered rail, so that I think the villager here wouldn't be able to go down straight away or something like that. So, but now since we've converted back to regular rail for this top part and powered rail for this bottom the bottom part here, it works perfectly. So yeah, those are the changes. And I think on the next episode we'll probably finish off the sugarcane farm, or we'll try to do as much as we can, and then we'll work again on the sorter system, more so like figuring out where the tracks lead to, more specifically the rejected villagers. I still don't know where to put them, so we'll figure that out on the next episode, and we might start working on the conversion system. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day has been well. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode. All right, guys, take care and bye bye.